Welcome to Feminized. It's time for a show that turns the spotlight on the powerful women shaping cannabis culture. The cannabis industry is on fire and women are sparking it up. If you like the show, please subscribe. You can also subscribe to the Feminized podcast with Liz Grow on YouTube and Instagram. The future is feminized. Hey, sis. You're now listening to the Feminized podcast. You guys, I'm so excited to welcome you today to this episode of the Feminized podcast. I have a very, very special guest. Her name is Reagan Hatch, and she is the co-founder of CANNA-MATRIX. Now, she's a cannabis and CBD marketing and web design guru, and she's here today to answer all of our burning questions about marketing in the cannabis industry, web design, and maybe she'll tell us a little bit about the work that she's doing with the Taste of Texas Hemp Cup. Welcome, Reagan.
Hi, thanks, Liz. Thanks for having me on. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm so pumped to have you. You know, it's as a, person with a media company in cannabis, I always feel like I'm walking the line between what will not be taken down on any of the social media platforms or on the web or screw up my Google Analytics or whatever. I mean, it just seems like it's just such a complicated issue when it comes to cannabis and marketing, especially digital marketing. So I just kind of want to dive right in and, tap into that big brain of yours on those issues.
Yeah, well, it's definitely very fluid and changes day to day. Everybody knows that Facebook, Google, and all of the other big tech companies out there change their algorithms constantly. So it's definitely a delicate dance in cannabis until it gets legalized.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what are the biggest mistakes that you see cannabis brands making when they are using digital platforms to market?
Yeah, well, just medical claims. But it's completely biased and arbitrary too, because one company might be very careful and just make one little subtle claim, or it can be misconstrued as subtle. And then another company can go and make all the medical claims and never get caught. So I think really, and what I've seen or kind of noticed is a lot of it has to do with how much money they're producing too. So it's definitely not fair and it's definitely difficult, but there are great ways around it. And one of them is to either, if you're starting out in this business and going about it yourself and you're a DIYer, that's awesome. But definitely think about is consulting with somebody or hiring a content marketing company to make sure that you're safe, because it's an investment to put a brand out there online. It really is.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a huge investment, not only financially, but just your time and your mental health.
For sure.
God. So what services does cannasite.com offer businesses?
Well, thanks for asking. We keep our menu kind of small because we stick to what we love and know. And so it all starts out with a well-designed modern website. And then we have a great team of storytellers. So we write a lot of content for websites and blogs or landing pages. And we offer SEO campaigns to drive a lot more traffic to your website that converts. And then we also design beautiful emails for email marketing. Just if you sit there one day and go through your spam box or promotional box in Gmail and look at all those emails, a lot of them are pretty terrible looking, and they don't have to be, and it's not expensive to send a beautiful email. So that's another service we offer.
That's awesome. It feels like, it feels like a definitely, maybe not 360 degrees. Maybe you don't touch on all the marketing points, but I mean, all of the major ones that are necessary, for businesses to convert customers. I mean, it definitely sounds like that's there. As a business owner myself, I'm just like, everything you're saying is like, oh my God, like, I wish I had that. I wish I had that. So it's definitely sounds like you guys are, kind of a one-stop shop. How many clients do you have currently in the cannabis space?
Well, that's a moving target. One of the things that makes us different is that we are really fast when it comes to design. We build websites and launch them the same week, literally start on Monday, launch on Friday. And so we're launching 1 to 2 websites every week. Some of those customers stay on for ongoing campaigns. But the thing about us is we don't obligate people to spend another penny with us after we launch the website unless they want to, because it's got to be a good fit for a partnership. Nobody likes to be obligated to do business with a company that's not a good fit. So some of them come back for ongoing digital marketing campaigns, and others we just teach them how to maintain their website and send them on their way and wish them luck and say, when you need us, we're here. So I think right now we're booking about 7 weeks out for websites. So, and we host about half of the websites we build, and then we have about 12 SEO customers, more or less, but capacity for more.
Always.
Oh, yeah, always.
One thing that I just fell in love with about CANNA-MATRIX was that you are an all-female company. What? How did you do that? How did you swing that, especially in tech?
Yeah. So my business partner and I, Karen Cooper, we went to college together. And as the website says, we bonded in college over a bong and a beer. And so we went our separate ways after college and for a long time. And it was in early 2018, we'd both come to a crossroad in our career. We had quit working for the big companies we had been working for because we didn't agree in the way they were being run. Not a whole lot of integrity behind the business decisions. And so we just started talking and said, why don't we build a company based on our own values? Like, we're going to be honest, we're going to be transparent, we're going to be fast. And so that's what we did. And Karen knew our web developer, Becca Powell. She's amazing. She's wicked fast. And that was the foundation of our business. And we loved that it was female owned and operated. And then it just kind of evolved from something it started out to be to almost like this female run engine that we actually seek out female-led groups and female-led companies so that we can work with them. And we love working with women empowerment groups, female-run nonprofits, and everything else. And it's so empowering to be able to do this because it is in tech. And so not only are we trying to break the mold in tech being female-run, owned, and operated, but in cannabis, I mean, yeah. Where are all the women in cannabis? The tons of attrition. So we're doing what we can to help out, but we're exclusively female run and owned and operated. And we have quite a few content writers on our staff, all female. So we're loving it and just rolling with it. And as long as it works and pays the bills and I get to work from my home, I'm happy.
That's it. That's it. And you guys are doing, such like great work, like important work. That's the last thing that any business owner, whether they work in cannabis or not, is thinking about at the end of the day. It's like, what? I have to have an amazing product. I have to have amazing customer service. I got to get out there and get the attention. And now I have to do my freaking website. Like, no. We've all felt like that. And so it's cool to know that a service, certainly there are web design services out there. It's like, you're not the first and the only, but it's just cool to me. You guys were so easy to work with. It was like, it was fun working with you guys.
Amen. Thank you. That's what I like to hear. We're a fun team. We like to have fun, and life's too short to take it all seriously. So, just got to inject some fun, and it's work, but it doesn't have to be. I mean, work can be something you love too. We certainly love our work.
That's the goal. That's the goal. So why did you guys decide to focus in cannabis, which is, the most difficult and complex kind of just complex subject matter to market, I think, on the web?
Yeah, well, it's kind of twofold. We both have been consumers and promoters and believers in cannabis for, I'm not going to say how long because that would age me, but also in marketing, it helps to have a niche. And so
Yeah.
in our eyes, Karen had done moonlighting, building websites for some growers in the Seattle area, and saw what an opportunity there was. And so she said, she came to me, had this idea, and she said, I just need somebody to help with sales and the business development. And I said, geez, I live in Texas, it's not even legal here. So I said, let me think about it. And the next morning I called her and said, I'm in.
I love it. I love it. You're just like, you slept on it and you woke up and you're like, yeah, I can't see my life any other way than taking this direction. And I think like that is the conversation that I've had with so many other women who made the jump into cannabis.
Yeah.
They were just like, it was actually an easy. Like it wasn't hard. It wasn't, sometimes it's difficult, maybe explaining to family and friends and overcoming stigmas and things. Like that part is, maybe difficult. But more often than not, I get the answer of, yeah, duh.
Yeah.
Like this opportunity is here, or I created this opportunity. Like, why wouldn't I? Like, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. I mean,
yeah. Well, so it was an easy decision. It's been fun, but the cannabis community is really welcoming and supportive and nice for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it was, we signed up. Our first investment was a booth at a trade show, and we just had to get 2 customers to pay for everything. And we came home with about 4 or 5. And then, it just started the ball rolling, and it's been such a blast since then. And we were already remote, so the pandemic didn't really affect us. So we're just, forging forward, and it's been fun. And it's an exciting time in Texas too for cannabis.
Yeah. Totally. Like it's cool to me that your company is all across the US. And I know this because I have worked with you guys, and it's so cool. Like, okay, wait, which time zone is Becca on? Well, where's Reagan? I know you're in Central, but are you in Central? Are you traveling? It doesn't matter because Slack is always on for you guys. But that was just really fun for me. I think like, well, where are you? Because I'm in Texas and I'm doing this really cool thing, the Taste of Texas Hemp Cup. Let's talk about it. But like, how has it been difficult for you guys to have like to be so spread out? I mean, how often do you actually like come together as a big team?
Yeah, good question. I would never describe it as difficult. We usually have about 1 team retreat a year. Karen and I go to a lot of trade shows together, so we see each other, I would say at least 4 times a year. Slack makes everything easy. And then, I think the key to success here is we all have a job to do, and we do it. So we all have different responsibilities. We're all cogs in the wheel. And if one of us isn't doing it, then the machine stops. So it's, I don't think distance or geography has been an issue. It's like a non-issue, if anything. But it's great because one of us is almost always in line. And so if there's an issue, you can reach us and we can take care of it.
Right. I love that. I love that. Yeah, there was never any feeling of like, oh no, what's going to happen? As of course I am, and I'm talking a lot about how I am a customer of yours, and I haven't even like introduced that yet. So I guess now let's talk about it. The Taste of Texas Hemp Cup and the tasteoftexashempcup.com. Because so I've known about you, Reagan, for a minute. I've known your clients who have been very, very happy, and I've been wanting to talk to you forever because websites are a big issue for me. And every other business owner. And then the Taste of Texas Hemp Cup comes along, and I'm like, this could be the perfect opportunity to partner, with a brand that I've been dying to partner with. And I'm really grateful that you guys said, yeah, you saw the value in, aligning, with really the mission of the event. And so yeah, CANNA-MATRIX is the official website partner of the Taste of Texas Hemp Cup.
I was so tickled that you approached me about it, Liz. I have a girl crush on you. You're so much fun, and I love your work. And so we love partnering with other people, even other marketing partners. Like there's plenty of business out there. And so what a great time to come together and raise awareness for both for both companies, but also for a great cause, which is spreading awareness and trying to break down the stigma about hemp in Texas. And you've built such an awesome event. I'm so excited. And Beck and Karen are flying in for it. And I can't wait to meet even more people.
Yeah, I'm so thrilled that the team is coming to experience it, because it feels like from day one, right? After we had coffee and I was like, this is just, this could be awesome. And you were like, yes, it will be awesome. Let's go. I think we launched the site like a week later. Okay.
I was impressed.
So we were like, we were in, we dove right in. I mean, the team dove right in, because you guys all kind of like understood quickly, like it's important to have this website up and running, because this event is December the 10th. And we got to let the farmers know that it's happening. So you got that respect, that it's an event and it has to come up fast, but you also got the fact that this is an event for the farmers. And I feel like everyone that I worked with at CANNA-MATRIX was just very, I don't know, there was just a vibe about them that was like excited to do this for the Texas hemp farmers and the Texas, hemp community. So that really meant a lot.
Yeah, we are. Well, I'm born and raised in Texas. So even though I moved away for quite a while, so I'm just excited to be part of the cannabis community in here in Texas, and I'm rooting for it. And so if this is how I can contribute, then so be it. I'm happy to contribute any way I can.
Yes. Well, I mean, you're contributing in a huge way. The site looks so awesome. And if you haven't seen it, it's tastetexashempcup.com. And the ladies from cannasite.com absolutely killed it. You guys did everything that was in my brain. You just kind of translated into a website in one freaking week. So, I'm to smoke to that. Okay. I am going to smoke to that. So obviously business owners, when they're struggling with web design and marketing and SEO and all of those like 4-letter words, obviously like the smartest thing to do would be to go to cannasite.com and, set up maybe a consultation. But let's say somebody's like nervous about that, or somebody's like, I am bootstrapping, I have $0 period, and I got to do something. What advice would you have for that business owner?
I would say build it yourself and get it up. Start somewhere. The most important thing is to get a website up and let Google and Bing know. Set up Google Analytics so you can track it, but get it up and work on it consistently and as you go along. Websites aren't meant to set and forget. Like if you build it, they won't come. You have a lot of work to do. You got to add content regularly.
Yeah.
You have to update stuff. You need to regularly refresh it. So just launching it and working on it little bit by little bit is better than waiting for it to be perfect, because what is perfect? It's
call. Yeah.
And you're going to have to add it anyway. So get on there and do it. And there's, this is a great time in history for building a website yourself. There's great website in a box platforms that you can do. Just make sure you read up on their cannabis policy.
Ooh, wait a minute. So like, I'm just going to use Wix.com as an example.
Yeah.
Just because I know that that's a website in a box company.
Yeah.
Like they may not support cannabis brands.
Correct. And some of them straight up don't allow cannabis or CBD. Sometimes you can, I know it's sometimes it can fly under the radar, but then other times it comes down to the payment processor issue. And so I always push and support WordPress for websites in cannabis, but it isn't quite as easy, not quite as intuitive as Squarespace or Shopify or something else. But just start somewhere. And then there's also, I'm just going to say it. We also offer our templates as a DIY that we upload to your domain for $500 flat, and you customize it. So from free to $500, you get a great website up there. And there's other companies that are selling templates too that you can customize yourself. So it's, if you're
But
going
yours is
about
the
it
best.
yourself,
Let's be
there's
honest.
resources out there. Just get it up.
Nice.
And then social media, drive that traffic there. I mean, that's what a website is for. It's the home base for all digital marketing. That's all with all your Google ads, social media posts, and everything else. You're trying to drive traffic to your website to purchase something. So get your website up, people.
Dude, I feel so like empowered. And then the minute you said, and then social media, I was like deflated. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, we don't even offer social media
as a business owner.
Yeah. Oh, we did initially offer social media, then we quit. Like, our heart's not in it. I personally hate it. I do a little bit of business on there, but I can get up in front of a room of 500 people and speak, but I go to post a message on LinkedIn or Facebook or Insta, and I'm like, oh, like a deer in the headlights. I freeze. I'm like, I don't know what to put up here.
Same, which is so crazy because, I manage so many social media accounts, under the kind of Grow House media umbrella. And it's like, why does it make me feel so vulnerable? Like, it's like a drop in the ocean. I just need to like remember that. But it's just about like activity for social media. But when you have a solid website, see, that's the thing. Okay. I think the problem is for a lot of people, they're like, well, what the hell am I trying to say? Well, I'm trying to say, go to my website because that's where it's happening, with tasteoftexashempcup.com. We have a lot of other websites to work on together, Reagan. Okay. This is just the first, but it feels like I can do more on social media because I have a place to like point people, like this isn't my only thing, so if I bomb with this post, just give me another shot.
Good. I'm glad you saved that. A website is your most important business card because it just proves that you're credible and legitimate. And so again, just get the website up and keep working on it. But having a modern website is also highly important so people don't go, yikes, I'm out of here. So,
Good point. Yeah, because you will be judged, and you should be judged because we're all born judges and we're making decisions at a split second. And if it doesn't look good, if it doesn't flow, if I don't get to where I need to go in a short amount of time, like I'm out of there. And
and especially, the CBD industry is oversaturated. So how are you going to decide between 10 similar brands that are, could be drivable for you? Probably by the website if it's not referral based. So
right.
absolutely matter.
They do. On
the World Wide Web.
Surfing. Okay. Well, Reagan Hatch is going to be your surf instructor on the World Wide Web. Okay. CANNA-MATRIX.co. It's cool. It's cool to be able to work with you. And, certainly watch what you're doing. You are a Texas cannabis advocate. And so for me, that just, connects us on a different level, I think. And that's a really awesome, strong, like authentic level. And then we get to work together professionally. So, maybe that's what this whole podcast is me just shouting my friend Reagan's praises. But if you guys don't get CANNA-MATRIX.com in your life, good luck. Have fun stressing.
Well, I'm always happy to talk.
Totally. So before I let you go anywhere, I need to know 3 things. I ask all my guests the same 3 questions, and I can't let you off the hook. Okay.
Okay. No, don't take it easy on me.
Okay. I won't. All right. First question is, tell me, who is in your dream smoke circle? 3 people, dead or alive.
Okay. Dead or alive would be Martha Stewart. My mom, she passed a long time ago. So my mom, and maybe Willie Nelson. Yeah,
That's
never had
great.
that pleasure.
Man, that's a
I,
beautiful smoke
yeah,
circle.
and I'm on the hot seat. I could probably come up with more creative and original answers,
No.
but those are mine for right now.
Good. It's all about the hot seat and your visceral reactions. It's so funny though, because you will find, because I think about this all the time because I ask the question and mine changes on a daily basis. But no, I love it. I love it. Good. Martha Stewart, your mom, and Willie Nelson.
I came up with an honorary member, and if not those three can't make it, maybe E.T. because he was a riot when he got drunk. So I'd like to see him stoned.
What? I think you are the first, Reagan. You're the first guest that I've ever had on Feminized who's done an extraterrestrial member of the smoke circle. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks. That would be
yeah.
fun.
I mean, you're the website person. Okay. You're the tech nerd. That's what you're supposed to say. No, I'm just kidding.
Goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
Sci-fi, science, tech.
He'll be reaching out for the joint.
E.T. phone home.
A good one. Oh my God, I love this one. Okay, second question, my darling, is all right. So on this show, I really do. I talk to the dopest women in the industry doing things, that are big, pushing boundaries, women who inspire me. So what woman in this industry is inspiring you right now? And who should I call to have on the show?
I would say that Kira Reed is a big inspiration to me. She's so kind and so supportive and doing so much for the women in this industry.
Yes.
She started Women Empowered, or now it's Women Employed in Cannabis, and
Yes.
it's such a useful sort of platform. And it's full of resources, whether you need to meet somebody or learn something or an introduction. It's just the place to go. And I just love what she's doing over there, and I'm excited for the future of that program.
Yes, I love that. You are the second guest that I've had on the show to mention Kira Reed, and I have been trying to align calendars. But it will happen, and I'm excited when it will. Thank you for that. That's just like the universe telling me, like, I need to call her after this podcast. Yes, my friend Reagan, just told me. So okay, so last question is, tell me what advice you would give to 13-year-old Reagan.
Oh, wow. My daughter's 13 right now. And so I'm wondering who was more difficult. Most likely, definitely me. I would tell myself, follow your heart, don't listen to the haters, and keep your nose clean.
I love that. Those are like words to live by. Get that on a shirt. Okay, because that's really what it's about. Yeah. Well, very cool. Well, how can people find you, Reagan? Personally and professionally, give us all the information you want to give us.
All right. So personally, I'm on Facebook, Reagan McElroy Hatch. On Instagram, I'm Roots Rock Reagan, and LinkedIn, Reagan Hatch. And then at CANNA-MATRIX is where you can find us on Twitter, Insta, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And I would love to chat and connect. I love networking and meeting people. That's basically what I do with my day. Is I have Zooms with people for the first time, and I love it.
Right. No, it's so awesome. Our relationship, just how it's just blossomed, has been really great, because you don't meet a lot of other women, in the industry who are, really running their own businesses, or you do meet them, but in spurts, at conferences and things. But it's nice to be able to go and have coffee with you and just connect on that level, and it's a real relief. So thank you for being a friend. I have my CANNA-MATRIX sticker.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
beautiful flower.
I love it.
I know, and that's how I randomly ran into you and Patrick a couple of days ago.
That's right.
That had never happened, so.
We're in the universal flow, babe. We're in the orbit. And thank you for being on Feminized. You'll please have to, please come back. And we'll talk about the feminizedpodcast.com, maybe.
Yeah. Anytime, Liz. Thank you. Thanks for having me. Next time I'll join you with your smoke.
If you'd like more, subscribe to the Feminized Podcast on YouTube. Follow at Feminized with Liz Grow on Instagram. Special thanks to our sponsors Moose Labs and Richard's Rainwater. Feminized Podcast is a Grow House Media production, created by Liz Grow, produced by Patrick Pope and Tanis Ray, with original theme music and audio mixing by Q at Q to King Productions in New Braunfels, Texas.